had to wait for...
And I'm going to get me a drink, too.
Hi, honey.
I'm going to tell y'all that right now.
Okay, so listen here. You guys, it's almost prime time, and I actually wanted to wait for them to get their headphones on because I am thrilled. I can't tell you how much Julie Chávez Rodriguez is committed to the work. She very rarely does press. This is Kamala Harris's campaign manager.
You look good.
Well, not even just about the looks. This is
she's putting her hair down.
I see. I didn't see that part.
I was shaking my headband.
Yes, you are fabulous. But she's Kamala Harris's campaign manager, and she's joined tonight by the principal deputy campaign manager, Cantin folks. They roll toe-to-toe and always got each other's back and wanted to come join us together. So welcome to you both. Thank you for this, making it on this historic night. You got to be thrilled.
How y'all got time to be here with us right now?
It was a sacrifice. It was a sacrifice. That's what I'm acknowledging.
Yes, we appreciate you guys being here. And Julie, I just want to tell you, on our podcast, your ears may be burning because Angela so frequently, when we say, well, what does the campaign need to do or what needs to happen? She says, listen to Julie, listen to Julie. So we are really thrilled to have you here tonight. I want to ask you, what would you say to the American people, some who may feel apathetic, some who may feel, well, all this enthusiasm, the race is pretty much won, some of these mysterious swing voters that people keep talking about? What does this campaign need to push President-elect Kamala Harris over the edge?
Well, I love that you call her President-elect Kamala Harris because, look, we believe that we have a strategy and our pathway to victory to win in November, and we are very excited. But we also know that it's going to be a close election. We are not taking anything for granted, any voter for granted. Fortunately, you know, Cantin and I have built an incredible organization in our battleground states. We've been able to raise the resources that we need to invest in organizing and getting on the doors, doing, you know, what we say, focusing on the fundamentals, right? Canvassing, phone banks, text banks, doing everything that we can to be able to reach our voters. In addition to the incredible paid media campaign that Cantin is helping to lead that is speaking directly to our voters, speaking directly to Black voters, Latino voters, young voters, women voters. That's who we need to reach and draw out in the next 74 days of this election. And the enthusiasm is incredible, but we have to turn that into real action and votes in November.
Yeah, I love that. The granddaughter, by the way, of Cesar Chavez. So appreciate you. Cantin, thank you for being here.
Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, can I go directly to a question for Cantin? I don't know all of your political background, but you're a black man, and so I'd love for you to speak to some of this. I don't know how much of it is rumor, how much of it is real, but I know we need every vote, which means we got to speak to everybody. How has the campaign figured in these final days and weeks of the campaign that we, again, begin to upset some of this narrative that black men are somehow mysteriously not going to be there for Kamala Harris? I think numbers betray that sort of narrative, but is there something, a message that you would try to get out there to black men around the role that we may have in these closing days of the election to try to, I think, bring us all together toward a common goal, and that's electing Kamala Harris President of the United States?
Yeah. So, I mean, my answer to that, first and foremost, is you got to vote. And I think sometimes it can be hard to do that, especially when you keep getting asked to do it over and over and over again, and you don't feel like anything is necessarily changing. And so for me, when it comes to, you know, what we have to do, obviously the vice president has to, you know, draft a vision for this country that includes black men. And I don't think it's just Kamala Harris or Democrats have to do better. It is Democrats because we need their vote, but everybody has to do better when it comes to black men. And I think we got to show it represented in the campaign. I think we got to show it represented in the policy proposals and the agenda that she's putting forward, and how we do it. I think we also have to be different from a standpoint of, you know, how we're moving and shaking within the campaign, to say it in a different way. And I think that they will recognize that. But I don't like to sort of just say, oh, well, black men have to turn out just because it's a Democrat. I think black men have to turn out because they see themselves invested in something. Yeah. It's incredibly important to the vice president, which is why she's been doing, she hosted these black men's dinners. She did the economic opportunity tour with CBC chairman Steve Horsford. And so we have to continue to do that, and we have to build off of it. But at the end of the day, we as a campaign have the responsibility of making sure black men see themselves in the vision that Kamala Harris and Tim Walz are putting forward for America. And I think when we do that, they will turn out to vote. And
I'm curious, is D.L. Hughley a part of that strategy? Is that part of why?
He was on the stage.
Okay, I missed the message, so I'm gonna go back and listen.
He said he was apologizing for some of the stuff this misinformation and stuff he spread before. But since we are talking about tonight, I want to drop y'all into the celebration of this moment.
Yeah.
Julie, this is a long time coming. You've been with Kamala since you were state director in her Senate office. That's how I met her, is through Julie. And I just want you all, if you can, to preview for us some of what you expect in her remarks tonight. How do you think she'll continue to bring everybody together? It was miraculous what y'all pulled off that Sunday afternoon, right after Joe Biden said, Kamala's my person. You rallied all the delegates, all the people that you needed to within a matter of 48 hours or a lot less. So talk about how she's going to continue to galvanize this really important base tonight.
Yeah, well, thank you for the question. And, you know, we are so excited about this evening. I think it's a real opportunity for her to, one, talk about her bio, her experience, the work that she has done throughout her career, and who she's been fighting for day in and day out. When she's in the halls of power, I know and I have seen that she has been fighting for us, for our families, for our communities day in and day out. And then seeing, you know, what the vision is for the future. As, you know, we've seen throughout the convention, our theme is, you know, for the people, for our future. And that's really what she's going to continue to really vision for all of us, to be able to see ourselves, as Quentin said, in what that future looks like, in a future that is focused on freedom. And it's freedom to be able to live and retire with dignity. It's freedom to be able to live free from gun violence. It's freedom to make decisions about our own bodies. It's, you know, the freedom to be able to afford a house and rent and the American dream that so many folks aspire to. That is the vision that she is going to continue to focus on and invest in, and make sure that we have the policy prescriptions in place to get it done.
How was the VP?
It sounds like she said freedom enough. I wonder, does that mean freedom? Beyonce's coming?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
That's the rumor. The rumor that
Julie said, "You're not gonna get me on it."
Julie, you can't say that's above my pay grade.
I want to know if it's Taylor or Beyonce or Taylor and Beyonce, because they did go to each other's thing.
Now you throwing rumors. She's like, I ain't got nothing.
Beyonce.
Charlamagne said Beyonce.
Yeah, Beyonce. How was the VP
Julie was like, "You're not gonna
preparing?
get me."
How was she preparing for tonight? Because I heard she was at Soho House getting lit before.
That's so ridiculous.
I did.
You did not hear that.
All right.
He heard it in his own mind.
Julie said, "You're not getting me on neither one of these
Did y'all
questions."
stop by Soho House? Julie?
Well, I think that, you know, the vice president is, you know, very focused and understands the significance of the moment, right? And the opportunity to not just be able to step on the stage and be able to really show her experience and her skills, but to also be able to be, you know, the example that so many young women are going to be watching tonight.
Like, she's not about to drink for closing arguments. Like, we know that. Come on.
But y'all are prepared for people to be overly critical, especially being that she hasn't, you know, done any interviews over the last few weeks. So people are waiting to hear what she has to say. So everybody's going to be overly critical of her speech.
But look, I think that what I would say to that is that she's going to meet the moment tonight, because she's not trying to meet the moment.
There it is.
Right.
That's good.
I like that.
And I think the difference in between the Kamala Harris that, you know, people have overly criticized for far too long and pointed out every misstep or everything that they thought wrong. That's not who she is anymore. She's not trying to prove anything to anybody.
Period.
She's
You can feel it.
I would say she's never been that.
I feel it.
I would say
I didn't see it.
Yeah, I would say she's never been that. I mean, if you knew her before VP, then that's we all had it. I knew her before.
Yes.
So I had an expectation. So, you know, the person you saw the last 3.5 years, that's not her.
Yeah.
But that person over that 3.5 weeks is definitely who we've been knowing, and we're so glad the country's seeing. She's like, allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Kamala. Yes.
That's right.
We love y'all. We know you guys can't stay with us forever, but I wish you could. Julie, I'm going to take that not poker face as a...
Continue.
Stay tuned.
I'm so excited now, you guys.
Me too.
We wish you all radical success.
Yes.
Your radical success means our success and the country's success.
Yeah.
And beyond that, I have to admit, the global stage, the world is counting on us to get this right.
Yes.
Which means we're counting on y'all to get it right, and y'all are counting on all of us to get it right. And we thank you for that.
If y'all see her before the speech, send her my love. Tell her I'm rooting for her, and I hope she knocks it out the park tonight.
Yes.
She will.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
We appreciate
Yes.
that. Well, and I'll just end with saying, one thing that President Obama used to remind us all is that we are the ones we've been waiting for.
That's
So
That's right.
That's
time
it.
to do this.
Oh,
it.
you know what? Since we have y'all, one thing we've been asking everybody tonight.
We cannot get a floor pass for free.
We're not for
Already got
sale.
one.
The question is, who was y'all's favorite? Who was y'all's favorite speech this week?
Michelle Obama.
Yes.
Get it?
Everybody.
It's not even close. Why are we even
Not
debating
even
this?
close.
It was the most powerful and on point and
Period.
just everything. Like,
Yeah.
Do you wish
that's
that
her.
she would have closed instead of? Do you think that they should have switched?
Not now.
You can answer
I'll
that,
interrupt.
Julie.
Thank y'all for your time.
We
appreciate it.
And you know what? I hope
So
tomorrow.
rude. I'll punch him for
Michelle
you.
number one now.
Putting them in
It's
tough
fun.
places.
I hope after
I
tomorrow
just-
she's number 2, and I hope the VP got the number 1 speech of the week after the night.
that's
That's what I'm
I agree
hoping.
with that.
Yeah.
I
That's
agree
what
with
I'm
that.
hoping.
I love it.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
y'all.
Julie.
Love you.
Best wishes.
We